Hola a todos, hola amigos, amigas. Welcome to Lima, Peru once again. Welcome to my home. Welcome to Lima City, one of the culinary capitals of the world. Today we are going to cook in this show dedicated to the Peruvian culinary, the Peruvian tradition, Peruvian recipes. We're going to cook together, as always, something different. And let me tell you the name of today's let's say dish, today's sort of like immersion, into a culinary option goes in direction to sort of like the Andes section of the country. But also in the coast, we have this dish. It is also one of the oldest, most ancient dishes in Peru. It's a pre-Hispanic, let's say, dish. And we are going today to cook using a product that probably you don't know home, but I think you can find alternatives to use this one. The name of this product is kaiwa. We are going to stuff this kaiwa. We're going to prepare kaiwa rellena. Rellena means stuffed. Sometimes we stuff potatoes, or we have papa rellena. But in today's occasion, we're going to use this product. And it is from the family of cucumber, for example. It is from the family of pumpkins, of gorse. So we're going to have the chance today to explore a different recipe and maybe to begin exploring options for you all to use products that are from the same family like this one, but in a different way. So before we begin, I would like to say hi to the people joining. Hola amigos, hola Maple, hello, thanks for coming. Hola, hola, I miss you amiga, I'm so happy you are here. Hola Cindy, ¿qué tal? Hello, hello. Hola Michelle, thanks for joining, and thanks to all my friends who are able today to join our event. My name is Vanessa Vasquez. If this is your first time here in my channel, in my YouTube channel, I am an official tour guide. I've been doing this type of virtual tours, virtual experiences since 2020, and I am continue doing those because this is a way for many of you to understand in a more profound way my culture, my city, through visiting my city virtually first and preparing you for an adventure in person. I really hope that you are able to come to Lima one time in the future and try the delicious Limanian cuisine, and the Peruvian cuisine in general is fabulous. So if you have a question, I am seeing your questions pop here in the chat section of our event, so you can share your questions. Hola Franquito. You can share your questions, you can share comments, like anything you would like to share with me. Well, there you have the chat, and it is very interactive. The idea is that this event will be very interactive. So first, I will locate our camera moving down, so in that way we can have the chance of seeing my cardboard, and we're going to have also the opportunity of exploring together, the techniques and what we're going to do. So once again, the name of our dish, of our recipe today is kaiwa rellena. Okay, so what is kaiwa? This is the kaiwa. Kaiwa is a very interesting product. And kaiwas are from the family, I'm here, have some information for you, are from the family of the cucurbitaceae plants. So they are related with the pumpkins, with the cucumber, with the watermelon, and the gorse. So if you wish to sort of like use a product that, for example, you have in the supermarket that is from this family, maybe this recipe will be good for you to try. So kaiwas were represented in pre-Hispanic potteries since, let's say, beginnings of Christian era, with cultures like, for example, Mochica or Moche culture, Moche society, making potteries, very, very similar to this product. So we're going now to begin with sort of like a cleaning this kaiwa. And first of all, as you can see, well, this is the bottom part of the kaiwa. This is the part that is attached to a very, very long sort of like a branch. These are plants that grow sort of like at the level of the floor, so they are not really never turned into a tree. So we will not cut from this side. We're going to cut from this other side, okay? So, and we will cut up to here because we're going to stuff the kaiwa, needing, of course, that the opening of the kaiwa will be big enough for a spoon to introduce, you know, the stuffing. And this is what you get from inside, right? These are the seeds, as you can see. These are the seeds of the kaiwa. It is very, very typical that here in Peru, people have in their gardens different kinds of products, like tomatoes, for example. Kaiwa could be as well, from, you know, the seeds that we obtain from our everyday shopping. So we just throw into the garden and we have, you know, more later. So another thing we're going to need today for our dish, I have a lot of advanced steps today, but I want to teach you how you should cook and cut like all the different parts of this ingredient, including like cutting elements that are a little bit complicated. Like this is the yellow chili. How many of you have used before yellow chili in your cooking, in your recipes? I have a friend that is Peruvian here in the group, so he of course will say yes. If you are not Peruvian, probably you will say, not really, Vanessa, this is not a product we use in my country. Well, Peruvians use this product since ancient times. And the chili has lots of properties. For example, it is very good antibacterial. So that was the secret of the pre-Hispanic people to sort of like fight, for example, any type of, you know, bacteria in the stomach. We didn't have refrigerators back in the old days, you know, so it was a good way, an easy way to avoid any, you know, stomach problems, stomach issues, eating chili, right? So as you can see, I am using a plastic glove. I just want to check if there's any question. Hola Charity, thanks for joining. I'm using a plastic glove. If you're going to be cooking with chili, please always use something like, could be plastic glove, or, you know, like disposable plastic glove, or just, you know, a plastic bag, because yellow chili in particular, we use it a lot in our culinary, but when it's fresh like this one, not in the moment you're cutting, you're going to feel, you know, itchiness, but you're going to feel it later. And if you, for any reason, you pass your hand in your, you know, like nose or close to your eyes, you're going to have a really uncomfortable sensation for a long time, okay? So avoid using your bare hands, you know, when you are cutting chili. So now we're going to, now it's deseeded completely, as you can see, and we are going to cut. Okay, so we're going to need to cut little. There are different kinds of chilies in Peru. In all the regions of the country, we have chilies adapted wonderfully to the nature, the elevations. The only zone in the country where you will not find chili is the high plateau section, or way too elevated zones, because chili needs some, you know, climatic conditions that are a little bit warm. But in the pre-Hispanic times, all people in Peru enjoy chili. You know, doesn't matter if they were from the Andes, the highest, let's say, inhabited cities in the country, around the Titicaca Lake, for example, they didn't have any problem to obtain chili, because although we didn't use currency in the pre-Hispanic times, the exchange, the trade of products was very important. So my indigenous, ancestors used to be very good at trading, and they used different networks, such as, for example, the Inca trails, or nowadays called Inca trails, which were used before the Incas, by the way. It's not true to say that the Incas created all the Inca trails. Many of those Inca trails were really, in fact, wadi trails that later the Incas, at the time they were expanding their territory, they used, improved, expanded more also, interconnected, and that's how, we have this huge network nowadays called the Capacñan Inca Trail. So we also know that the pre-Hispanic people use, this is the way how you chop it, very fast, very easy. They use the ocean as another way of communication, a network of communication. So that's how people used to be able to obtain products from different parts of the country in a time when distances also were much bigger. I mean, distances are the same, but for humans, the distances nowadays we travel back then were impossible. So now we're going to dismiss this disposable glove, and we're going to continue with our recipe. So next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to move the camera in direction to my kitchen. By the way, I am in the process of creation of a book. It's going to be a cookbook inspired in the recipes of my grandmother. My grandmother used to be a wonderful, wonderful cook. She's now in heaven, but she left me and my family lots of notebooks with recipes of different kinds that she loved and she accumulated for a long period of time. So she left me lots of, like cooking ware, kitchenware, and I'm using those now to honor a bit of what she wanted to do, because she wanted to create a book. And also, well, I am adding recipes which, I'm starting to learn from different parts of the country. So how beautiful, right? Being able to cook food such as, for example, Peruvian food. We're adding oil. If you see, like here, this bubbling, like, it's because I had, I think, a little water in my spoon. So try to avoid that. So as I was saying, cooking Peruvian food in, I don't know, Amsterdam, London, France, Kentucky, like anywhere in the world, like it's something I really wish people can do. So we're going to begin with the procedure of this cooking lesson of today. Remember, the name of our dish is causa kaiwa rellena. Causa is another dish which I already have in my cookbook. I done also that recipe already in my YouTube channel, so please go there if you want to see causa. So kaiwa rellena. So we are putting oil, and we're going to begin with the first part of the process, the cooking process. So what I have here is onion. We're going to clean this here, the board, cutting board. Onion, we are going to be using 1 onion. It was a big onion. I found a very big one, and well, so there you have it. I have 1 big onion, chopped in little pieces. Okay. So is there any questions so far? What are you making? Oh yes, hi Cap. I am doing kaiwa rellena. And what is the kaiwa? Well, kaiwa is this product. I will show you in a moment this product. Thanks so much to my friends who are joining today. And also, if you were not able to come in the very, very beginning, we are really starting, but later I will be posting this event to see, you know, as many times as you wish in my YouTube channel. Okay, so you can come to later to revisit the recipe as many times as you wish. There's really no problem for me. I really love that you can use these recipes. Also, probably you've seen already in the chat, there are some links if you wish to donate, if you wish to support this channel. I am using PayPal for donations and also Patreon. Okay, so you can, if you wish, do it even after we finish this event, anytime you wish. Also, they are in the description, these links of my event. And as a way to say thanks to all the people who are supporting and donating today's event, I'm going to send away a PDF with the recipe, you know, from beginning to end. So this is just a little something to say thanks to you all who are today with me supporting. So thanks so much if you're able to do that. Of course, if you're not able, I completely understand. I just want you to have the chance of understanding Peruvian cuisine, which is now known as one of the best cuisines in the world. And it is not just us that we say that, it's visitors, and even the list of 50 best restaurants in the world has as the second best restaurant in the world, a Peruvian one called Central. So now we are beginning with a part called aderezo. In Peruvian Spanish, aderezo is not really dressing, because in English, dressing is something you put to the salad, right? That has vinegar, for example, oil. But for us, aderezo is different. Aderezo is the base of the flavor of most of our dishes. So the aderezo consists usually in onions. As you can see, we use today red onions. They are turning white. This is a good sign. It means that they're almost ready for the next part. So in about 2 minutes, they are ready, sort of like done. I'm putting down the temperature of the stove, because we don't want to burn the next part, and you know, cooking takes time, so we cannot be, you know, like in a hurry when we are cooking. So next we're going to add 1 spoon of garlic paste. You can do your garlic paste at home. You can also buy one in the supermarket, in the market. We buy this in the market, by the way. Not really in the supermarkets much, but in the markets here, we have ladies that make this for us, you know, and also other creams, like for example, you know, chili pastes, different kinds of chili pastes, different types of condiments. So we have in the market a special site that we call, you know, zona de condimentos, and the ladies are the condimenteras, right? So there is where you get the spices. So I'm just very fast, very quick, frying the garlic. And we're going also to add this other part. So you can see I am some of the steps doing a little bit in advance, for also avoiding, you know, like focusing too much in the chopping. For most of you will be easy. Oh, K-pop, thank you, Kaiwa Rellena. It is exactly the way how it's called. Gracias, muchas gracias, gracias. So this is tomatoes, 2 tomatoes. Also we use just 1 onion, chopped in little like cubes, little squares, 1 spoon of garlic paste, and 2 tomatoes. To avoid the tomatoes being too watery, I have taken out the center part of the tomato, which is, you know, the part with the seeds, and that has that liquid. So we are not going to be using that in this part of the recipe for now, because we're going to use tomato sauce. Okay, so it's going to be sort of like replace that with other thing that is going to come. Okay, so I am checking time by time, like every couple of minutes, the chat. If you have any question, just drop it there. I will be definitely answer all the questions. So we are going in a moment to add our chili. So we are doing the stuffing, in Spanish, relleno. That's why the name of the dish is caigua rellena. The stuffing is going to consist in different ingredients that you can find at home. So I'm sure you will not have any problem to do the stuffing, and you can replace the caigua, which is, you know, like quite difficult to be found outside the country, with, for example, could be like zucchini. That could be a really good option. Or just give me ideas. What would you be using instead of caigua? Remember that caigua comes from the family of cucumber, pumpkin, well, the gorse also, watermelon. So now we're going to add the chili. Once again, you know, chopped very little, tiny. This is the yellow chili, ají amarillo. So we're going to add this here, just first in the center for heating up a little bit this, and then we integrate everything. So the minute we put something, we just remove the bowls for not taking more room of from our little kitchen. And we're going to add the tomato paste. So chayote, K-pop, I think that's one type of tomato. Is that right? See, am I right? So in some countries, you know, well, some products are called differently. In Peru, for example, we have the tomate rojo, well, the tomate for us, or tomato. And there is tomate verde, no, the green tomato. We use, to be honest, more the green. I think in Mexico, red tomatoes are called chayote. Is that right? So, hola, Carol. Oh, really? You went to a Peruvian restaurant? Oh, what a great thing! Like, you're sort of like continuing with that Peruvian, you know, like flavors today. It was good and spicy. Yes, of course. If it's not spicy, it's not Peruvian. Thanks for coming, amiga. Thanks for joining. So we're going to be using, chayote is squash. Okay, but that could be a good option indeed. Yes, why not? Of course. I'll take notes on that also. I will put as a possibility. So we have tomato sauce. Of course, I didn't have much time to do the fresh tomato sauce at home, but I'm adding 2 spoons of tomato sauce, you know, that came on a package. So you can see I try to do everything like fresh from scratch, but you know, I am also a modern mom, so so there's no problem if you cannot do it also like that. Okay, so we're going to be, you know, like moving just for a while. I think we're going to add one more, like let's do like 3 spoons of tomato sauce. So everything is very organic in terms of Peruvian cuisine, and we are not strict in amounts. We are not strict in sometimes even, you know, how much you should be cooking certain things. We are very happy to add, you know, elements from your creativity from the day. But this is pretty much a standard recipe of kaiwa relleno. So what's coming next is this. So up to here, you have a perfectly vegetarian option, okay? But in a moment, we're going to add ground meat, okay? So this is carne, meat of beef. And we're going to add about half a kilogram. This is half a kilogram of carne. Carne molida, okay? What is molido? Molido is grounded, right? But you can also chop it if you prefer. You can chop it well. And it's going to be okay. It's going to do good. Okay, so we're going to separate a little bit of the grounded meat. And I will check in a moment your questions. I know there are some in line, or I saw a couple of comments. So to activate the chat for me in my end, to see the chat, I have to touch the screen of the cell phone. So if I am missing some of your questions, I'm so sorry. It is just because I am more like trying to not having any part of this burn. Okay, so but in a moment, I promise we're going to address all the questions. So what I'm doing in this moment is my half a kilogram of meat, grounded meat. I'm trying to sort of like separate it for all of it to be cooked, and I will be then mixing everything with the rest, or integrating everything with the rest of the products that we have in our pan. Okay, so how's everything going? I hope everything is understandable. I have to look for the chayote. Have to definitely look for it. Sounds familiar. I have probably seen it before. So if you can, please keep commenting which products that are from the family, you know, of the kaiwa you would use, you will stuff with this recipe. The fire is not so high, by the way, because we don't want it to be burned in the bottom. But in a moment, I'm going to higher it a little bit more. Look that we are now separating the meat in the pan. It is starting to cook well, all of it, and we are integrating everything here. When I see like little bowls of, you know, meatballs, I just go with my spoon and separate those. But once they are separated, they don't glue again. They don't, you know, stick again. They just keep sort of like spares everywhere. All right. So, thanks for the likes, amigos. It really helps me a lot. If you can share a like, that would be super. In that way, people will also like find this interesting once it is posted, like before, you know, like they get to see the whole event. This is not going to be posted edited. It's going to be posted like all from beginning to end. I know many YouTube channels are doing like recipes like edited, like just the most important moments, but it is not the way how I want these events to be, because I want you to really have the full experience of every class from beginning to end. So we're going to leave this here for a little while. So let's check on the comments. Is amarillo spicy? It can be a bit spicy, Cap. It can be spicy, but we have other chilies that are more spicy. So it has very good balance, the ají amarillo, the yellow chili. How hot is the chili? We don't have a huge choice in Norway. Well, Catherine, It is for Peruvians not really bad. Maybe for someone is not adapted to the spiciness, it can be hot. One way to avoid, you know, the hotness of these chilies is, for example, you can buy a chili paste on supermarkets. In supermarkets, there's chili paste, and you can add probably 1 spoon of chili paste only, just to give flavor. Okay, so that could be a good option. So we are going to add in a moment this. So this is carrots, zanahoria in Spanish. So we're going to add zanahoria. It is not previously boiled, but don't worry, because we still have some time to cook the carrots, to make them sort of like a little bit cooked, but still al dente, like Italian says, no? So it's not completely like all done. We want it to be sort of like still have the texture, okay? So this is the carrots. So this is an optional step, by the way. Not everybody in Peru does the stuffing of caigua rellena with carrots. I do it because I like it, but if you prefer, avoid this. So I have also cut in squares the carrot. Okay. Okay. So we don't need any of this. We're going also to add the seasoning now. So we're going to add salt, and we're going to add pepper, okay? Salt and pepper, the best combination. This is the part that is up to you, okay? Remember that this is going to be an stuffing. So if it's sort of like a, you know, a little bit above, you know, the regular salt you will be using, that would be okay. Just a little bit, a little pinch above the salt you like, because it's going to be a stuffing, and you're going eventually to mix that the flavor of the stuffing with the caigua, which is this one, and the caigua is not going to be condimented with any more salt. Okay, so we're going to put this here. Yum yum. It's really looking great. Let me also taste the salt, and we're going to put the pepper. Hello to my friends that are just joining. This is Vanessa from Lima. We are cooking today caigua rellena. Perfect. We're going also to add pepper. I always try to use my spoon just to measure how much. Sometimes, you know, I get too excited with the condiments and then it's too much. Okay, so it's really nicely condimented. We're going to add also some raisins. Approximately 30 grams of raisins. We love raisins in our stuffings. This is one of the products that was introduced by the Spanish. As you remember, we were Spanish territory for 300 years. That's why we speak Spanish. That's why we are Catholic, or mainly all Peruvians are Catholic. So, in a moment, we are going to hydrate this with a broth from beef, okay? So today I was not able to do the broth all from beginning, from scratch, but as I said before, I am a modern mom. So I use a concentrated cube of chicken broth, sorry, beef broth with hot water. So this is what it came out. But you can use a broth made from scratch, made from the beginning. So I'm going to be adding a couple of spoons of this broth. This can be very useful for later for a soup or anything that you can eat, you would like. So we are hydrating a little bit this, and we're going to leave it just for a moment. And in a moment, I'm going to reserve a bit of this stuffing, okay? So we're going to see later what happened with this stuffing. Just putting some things here, changing positions. So how is your day doing, by the way, amigos, amigas? Hope you are having a great day. And let me look for, oh, this is the bowl I will be using. Okay. So let's check on the comments. So yes, Catherine, yes, it's going to be, I'm sure, good if you use just chili paste, if you are not used to the regular like chili, like the flavor of the chili, or you can just, you know, avoid the chili if you consider it's going to be too much. So, and it's going to be definitely more mild in flavor. Okay, so we are just moving this and this. We have a lot of the chicken broth for if we need it. But I think if you have 1.5 cups of chicken broth will be enough, okay? So 1.5 chicken broth for the whole preparation will do great. Because part of that chicken broth, part of that 1.5 cup is going to go here, okay? This is bread, it's one bread that I have put to, I have sucking in the beef broth. You can also use chicken broth, by the way. That's okay. Some people even prefer chicken broth instead of the beef broth. So the one you like. You can use broth for this part of the process. You can use also milk if you prefer. I try not to use that much milk. I have a daughter that is asthmatic, so in our recipes we are trying to diminish the amount of milk because milk sort of like tends to produce more, you know, like obstruction in the lungs. So, but if you have no problems with milk, you can use milk or you can use just water. No problem, you can use just water. So about, you know, almost 1 cup, like a little bit less than 1 cup, you know, of this bread with broth or milk or just water, plain water. Okay, so I'm hydrating this. This is going to be for a little bit later. How is the recipe, amigos? Is it easy? So far, so good. Please let me know. If you were not able to come from the beginning of the event, don't worry, because I'm going to be posting later. Stay tuned, please. The whole event to be revisited, replay as many times as you wish. So, let me check on the taste of this stuffing. So we are going to taste the meat, everything. Good. We're going to save 2 spoons, 2 spoons of this, okay? Why? Well, you will see later. A little bit of, just a pinch, okay. 2 spoons, okay? 2 big spoons, generous spoons. So what we're going to do now, we are going to use this, the bread. No, this the bread. Okay, this is the regular bread, 1 bread. If you don't have, you know, like that Peruvian type of bread that I just show you, like this, you can use any other bread you prefer, but not really too much, eh? Just with 1 will be okay. With 1 slice of bread will be okay. So we use this to give a little bit more consistency. Let's see if it's enough. A little bit more of consistency. By the way, the kaiwa is going to be stuffed. It is not boiled, but it's going to be stuffed and it's going to be cooked fast. This is one of the products that cooks fast. If you are came to Peru, if you would like to know more of Peru or Lima, my city, I want to invite you to follow my upcoming events. I am going to be streaming live tomorrow and the day after from 2 beautiful places in Lima. We have 1 park that is dedicated to the Chinese immigration to Peru and a romantic spot, Barranco. We're going to see the most romantic part of Lima. So please come with me on my tours, on my walking tours. I am a licensed tour guide. I'm not a chef, I'm not a cook. I cook really more like, because I love to cook and share with you the tradition of Peruvians, yeah, connected with cooking, right? Okay, so now, and just in a little while, we're going to begin with the stuffing. So we're going to turn off this. It is done, it is ready. So we're going to begin with the stuffing. Yes, of course, it looks great. And at the end, I will taste this for you, no worries. So thank you so much to my friends who are coming here from the previous platform I used to work with, Heygo. Heygo is used to be, it's because they are no longer existing, a platform to travel virtually around the world. So they were the ones who gave me the opportunity to learn about virtual traveling. They trained me to be a virtual tour guide. So, but now they are unfortunately gone. So many of us guys from Heygo were sort of like homeless children and all of us are choosing, you know, how to continue doing, if we are continue doing, of course, the virtual tourism. So I decided to continue doing live streams here on YouTube because I find them to be much easier for all people to join. So I think before we start this, I'm going to put this is a pan we're going to be using for the integration of all of these products. I will turn it on, but low fire. I don't want it to burn, okay? And we're going to put here the mix that we separate. Do you remember we separated a little bit of the stuffing, but without the bread? So we are putting this here, okay? It's not really much, but we're going to be using the broth, okay? My house is very little and my kitchen even more little. So we have to find the ways to make this work. Okay, so this is for hydrating the mix, okay? And it's very low fire. So in a moment, we're going to see how we are going to mix everything. We're going to add in a moment also a little bit more of water probably. Okay, so you can see that the idea is, I think I need a more little spoon, is that right? Is to stuff all of the kaiwas with the mix that you have here, that you have made. Look at this. Sorry if I am not able to answer the comments here on YouTube. Comments are in the screen for a few seconds, but in a moment I'm going again to check on your comments. So look at this. You know, we have put a lot, like 4 spoons, I think. You know, and still we have room for more. So what we're going to do now is I will put, you know, this is olives, okay? So I have de-seeded the olives. I have opened the olives, you know, and we're going to put one here. We're going to put an egg. So I hope that it comes fittings. Yay! It fits. Huh? And just a little bit of this to cover the entrance. Okay. Muy bien. Just a little bit more, and that's it. Okay. So, and we're going to put this here. Okay. So look at this. Can you see? Sorry. So we are putting them like, you know, it's our baby. They are our babies, and we are putting them to sleep. Okay. To their bed. So we put more. We stuff more. How easy, right? So you have to just find a spoon that is good enough for, you know, putting everything into the kaiwa. If you find somehow kaiwas where you live, or you can, you know, by Amazon somehow, you know, get a kaiwa, buy a kaiwa and try this dish. It's really unbelievable. It's so delicious. Another olive and another egg. Boom, 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 boom. This one is a little bit bigger kaiwa. Okay. In a moment, we're going to have a chance to talk, because we're going to leave this for some minutes cooking. Ah, it's hot. Ah. Okay. The fire is very low. Okay, amigos, it's low fire. Okay, we have second one. Let's do the third one. Also, once again, I would like to tell you that, well, you can, if you wish and you have the possibility, support this channel, support my project of virtual tours from Lima with a donation. Any donation is welcome and is highly appreciated. On PayPal, I have a PayPal which is a touch pin in the chat of our event. Also, you can see the same PayPal link in the description of the event. Ooh, look at this. And I have also Patreon. You can become a supporter on Patreon as well. They are really very, very cheap, you know, alternatives on Patreon for supporting. And in all cases, you're going always to be given little presents from me every time you donate. For example, in today's occasion, because we are, you know, like cooking, just trying to put everything here, I will be giving you, all the people who are able to support today, to donate today, a PDF with the recipe of today's class. How, you will ask me probably, how you can do that, Vanessa? Well, because when you donate, you always register an email. So, and I get the chance of, knowing, the email and sending you as a present that little gift. So thanks so much in advance to those who are able to donate today. Really, it means a lot to me. And well, this project is only possible thanks to your donations. Also, to my friends who are donating today, and that's always to all people who are supporting every event, I am organizing 2 Spanish classes per month on Zoom, and you can get the link to access those Spanish classes. This is Spanish for beginners, to the same email that you register. So that's how I'm trying also to thank, to thank your support and helping me out with this new format of traveling here in Lima. So we are going to add broth here. Okay. We're going to also cover this some minutes. Okay. We have, of course, more egg. If someone, likes extra egg, of course you can add more, or you can put egg on your sort of like in the plate as a way of decoration. Just give me a second. I wash my hands, and I would like now to know, your comments, any questions. This is a good time to answer questions. Yes, it looks really yummy. It looks delish. So let me check on the questions here. So Catherine is commenting, I was in Peru 3 weeks in 86, but I must admit I don't remember the food. Oh, Catherine, no worries, because with me you're going to be able to try this food at home. So, and food is a really important way to understand the local cultures through the food of the locals, no? So you've been in Cusco too? Oh, that's super. So may possess the smaller room, the more yes. And the smells are impregnated everywhere in this moment here. And okay, I said was the guy was resting on. Oh yes, no worries, Cap. Maybe you remember that the stuffing, before I put the bread on the stuffing, I separated about 2 big spoons, like spoons of this one, the cooking spoons, not the spoons for eating, of the stuffing. I separate them on a bowl. So when I, put the pan, to the heat, I added that, and also the broth, the chicken broth, sorry, the meat broth. I don't know why I always say chicken. The meat broth that we have here, I added this, about 2 spoons also of this one here, right? So enough for making it more like a little sauce. And I put the kaiwas there, okay? So they are in this moment on low heat, but I'm going to higher the heat now, enough for them to cook. We're going to probably add at some point a little bit of this stuff. Why not to add a little bit more of the stuffing? Because, just a little bit more. Whoa, look at this. Whoa, just a little bit here. It is, boiling. So now we're going to begin preparing our plate for the presentation, okay? Sorry for my bag. Sorry for giving you my bag. I love that everything ends very clean. When I finish my cooking, everything has to be clean. Going to leave this here, this one here behind. By the way, some people even like to chop, because if you don't want to waste any part, you don't have to. They chop little pieces of this, and they put in the sauce, like chop little, you know, and they put here in the sauce that is the base. So you're not wasting anything. So, but I think I can do a salad with that, a little salad. Oh, the kaiwa is excellent for salad. You can eat it just like right away. Like I will just move the position of these kaiwas a little bit. I don't want them to overcook on one side. Look how they are. Can you see them? We are just moving the position of them. If you don't move them or turn them, if possible, what happens is that they are going to be sort of like you know, from one side cook well, and on the other side probably not. So I'm just moving a little bit. How is the sauce? Yes, everything is good. I'm going to just leave it here for a little while more. Okay. So let me show you the plate we're going to be using today. I will bring in the plate from the other side of my gigantic kitchen. So we're going to be using this plate here. And, well, Peruvians, if you don't know this, like till now, well, you're going to probably be surprised with this. Peruvians eat everything with rice or chicken and rice with a potato, rice, potato. And if we have rice and potato in the same plate, even better, okay? So in this occasion, we are not going to have potato and rice. That is, you know, unusual for Peruvians, to be honest. So that's why, or in a way of replacing the potato, we have, of course, the kaiwa, no? But we always have like potato and rice, like in most of the cases. Sometimes people even have like boiled potatoes additional to the kaiwa rellena, for example, no? So I know people that like that. Okay. Muy bien, so now we're going to add rice. Rice, you can do the rice the way you like it. Peruvians do the rice a little bit different to, for example, people in Asia, people in North America. Because usually you just put the rice in the rice cooker and that's it, right? But Peruvians use one more thing. Oh, we use garlic. So the flavor is more intense. By the way, you need this for your presentations. It's a mold, so easy. Oh, very cute. So we have here a rice. Okay. And I think like with 8 minutes is going to be great. So how you know when your kaiwa is ready? Well, it's going to turn a little bit the color. It's going to turn the color into less like a intense green. First it gets very intense green, and then it comes a little bit down the color into a almost green yellow. So you're going to see that in a moment. So for now, I will not take off the pot, but probably you can see it still is like very intense green. Okay, so we're going to prepare for serving in a moment everything. I will taste it for you, of course. Let me check on your questions. This is a good time to talk, amigos. I think we're going to, I will also move the camera in my direction so we can talk. Hola, hola a todos. Thanks if you were here for some minutes already and you were not able to see my face yet. So my name is Vanessa Vasquez. I am your Lima City tour guide. And with me, you visit the highlights of Lima, the off the beaten path. You also learn about the history of Lima in my historic sessions. And you cook also with me Peruvian dishes, Peruvian traditional dishes. So let me check on the comments. So, potato and rice, yes, maple, very good recipe. Oh, gracias, Franquito, thank you. Franco also cooks really well. Franco is my friend, and we've been friends for so many, many years, and he cooks better than me. Gracias, maple. See, garlic. Ajo in Spanish. Oh, also, I do Spanish classes. So stay tuned with my Spanish classes or join my Zoom event. Those that are able to donate and support, join my Zoom event. It's going to be this Friday, okay? We're going to practice about the family members. How do you make the garlic paste? It's very easy, Cap. You need your garlic, right? Or peel, like garlic cloves, I think it's called, right? So you put the garlic, let's say one full garlic, it has lots of cloves, right? One of that with just water in the blender. You blend it and it comes like a little cream, and that's what comes when you, for example here. So this one has no additives, no preservatives, conservatives, I think it's called. And it's almost liquid. It's not really that like a, paste. It's more like a cream, I think. So it has water and garlic. Very easy. And you just keep it in the refrigerator. And that's it. You keep it in the fridge. In the refrigerator, not really in the, to be cold, too cold. So this is going to last it lasts actually a couple of weeks, but we usually, all of this we finish in 1 week when we cook, because of our rice, because of the aderezo. Remember, aderezo is the base of the food, the flavor of Peruvian recipes. It's not dressing. Dressing is what you put in the salads, right? So this is the base of the flavor. So it's going to be soon ready. The rice, okay, with the rice. So first of all, let's say if you're going to be cooking 2 cups of rice, of what rice? More or less. That's usually for 4 person or 5 person. So in your rice cooker, first of all, very, very well, like a dry, because you're going to add oil. Very dry your rice cooker. You're going to put oil, about 1 spoon of oil, and your garlic paste, about 1 spoon of garlic paste, right? So you're going to fry it there. You can also do it in a, let's say, regular pot. But that's a little bit more complicated because you need to check the time. I think one day I'm going to be doing this for you all, guys. Like teach you how to do the Peruvian rice in the pot. Well, anyways, if you're doing it in the rice cooker, it's very easy. So you're frying everything, and just a couple of minutes. So it's going to be ready. And then to that water, to that mix, you add water, like 2 cups of water and 2 cups of rice, washed rice already. And you mix, you add salt, and that's it. And you cover, with a pot, and you have it ready. Okay, amigos, it is ready. So let me check also this. Yum, yum. Look at this. I want to show you the color. Can you see the color? My pleasure, Camp. It has changed. It was like a more intense green. It has changed more yellowish. For example, this one here. Ooh. This one. Can you see the color? It has changed. It's less less bright. So we're going to put this one here. Oh, and we're going to put also the sauce here. And a little bit on the other side too, because why not? Yum. Okay. So here we have our kaiwa rellena. Let me show you how this ended up being. And if you can, please take a picture, a screenshot, you know, like happy that you are able to not just like take a little souvenir from this class, like a screenshot or a picture. Also share this in your social media. You can share this event also when it's posted, if you wish, on you know, your Facebook, with your friends, anyone who would like to learn how to cook not just this dish, also any other Peruvian dish. And don't forget to follow. I have say like great friends in Latin America that are doing the same types of tours. We are a group, a community of guys in the world. So we have a Facebook group and we have an international group. So the links to these groups are in the section that is called community here in YouTube. So there you have all the links. Okay, so we are going to try now. We're going to taste this kaiwa rellena. Okay, so I really hope you do this at home. Do you enjoy it? So look how soft. Can you see that? We're going to go for the first bite. Oh my God, I really want to eat this. Look at this. Remember that you can use other alternatives, of course, to do this dish. So let's go for the test. But it's very hot. It just came out from the pot. So just give me a second. It is so soft. Delicious, delicious. Very easy, very easy to make. And also it's a dish that is creative. Like you can do twists, change here, add here. That's how Peruvian cuisine has become so successful. Not being, you know, like square, not having so strict parameters. You can be very playful. So thank you so much for joining to this event. Thank you so much if you were able to support, to donate, to help my channel to continue, you know, being here, existing on YouTube. For now, I've decided to do all my events for free and just tip supported. I know many of my colleagues are taking different directions and going on, you know, events like in different sites. So I want to continue with this idea of, you know, like making virtual tours accessible to everyone. And well, I rely of course on your support. So muchas gracias. And it is very tasty, by the way. So gracias, Kaylin. Thank you. Thank you so much. And well, it's been a pleasure to see you today. This is my very first cooking class on YouTube Live. So I hope you enjoy it. Sorry if, you know, it was a little bit messy for moments. But well, my wish is that you continue doing these dishes at home as we've done in Hego. I don't know if there's anyone that has not come from Hego and is following for the first time me just because I pump on the recommendeds on YouTube. And if it's the case, muchas gracias. Thanks for coming. Gracias, Maple, querida. Thank you, thank you. It is very tasty and delicious, Cap. It's just to, do a little twist on the traditional dishes we do. Thanks for the likes, by the way. They help me a lot. Oh, gracias, Sally. Thanks. And I hope you can follow the channel. Oh, best to you all. And have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy. And we'll see you soon. I hope to see you tomorrow or the day after. Check on my upcoming events on my list of activities of the week. Take care. Bye-bye. Gracias. See you soon, amigos.